Hello everybody, you join me for a quick review today with Ford's 2025 Ranger. This is the XLT with the 2.5 litre V6 and going to be a quick review. I've gone more in depth with my review of the Ranger Raptor, a much more novel vehicle than this, and really I covered all of the critical changes for the design, the execution of this product in that review. But Ford's given me this to test out for a week, and there is a fair amount that is needed to be discussed. I'll start off with the powertrain. 2.7 litre V6, turbocharged. It's got 315 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque. I'm rocking the FX4 off-road package, so we have 17-inch rims with Goodyear Wrangler tires. Other things included with the FX pack are the underbody protection, the side steps. The 2.7 litre is definitely punchy. You can feel that torque quite early, and the 10-speed transmission is good at dropping multiple gears at once. It's able to really respond to your beck and call, but I have found, like many other 10 speeds from Ford and GM, that it's just a little clunky in the mornings. The start of your journey when it's a little bit colder isn't its happiest operating window, but a lot of this powertrain really fades away into the background. It's nicely removed from the cabin, decent enough noise when you really put the hammer down, but it never feels from behind the wheel like a crude experience. The suspension is soft. It does a little bit of wobble, given that it is of course a truck, and just leaning into that corner there wasn't that much feel through the steering, nothing to really help me know exactly what the front tires are doing. But this is a very utilitarian product. The mid-size truck is for the individuals that I think are a little more certain of how often they will be using a truck bed. They don't need the space or the capability of the F-150 and perhaps want something just a little bit bigger than the Ford Maverick. As mentioned in my previous review, this Ranger is still largely based upon its predecessor's platform, and with that I think it's a little bit of a shame Ford hasn't introduced a hybrid version of this Ranger, given that its two other trucks have a hybrid powertrain option. Would be nice to complete the set, would be something nice to see in a midlife refresh of this product perhaps. Moving to the interior, even though it is mostly dark greys and black plastics, the interior is a nice place to be. I find that these fabric seats are soft enough in the base and firm enough in the back that for long drives I'm not really complaining in terms of discomfort. The only element of this product I don't like for driving comfort is the way the footwell's laid out. The dead pedal to the left I think is just way too big, and I would like the space to be thin so I could really extend out my left leg, but there isn't enough of freedom. There isn't enough space of freedom between that and the brake pedal, and I don't want to be putting my foot behind the brake, of course. And you know, all mid-sized trucks suffer this. For someone that's 6'4", I wouldn't really ever consider buying one of these products, simply because a truck to me, I want to have that 90-degree bend in the knee, and then I could drive all day long and never complain. So just be conscious of that if you're a taller individual or have bigger feet. It's one of the only big faults I have with this product, and I know it is more a personal fault than it is the work of the people behind this vehicle. Other things to mention in terms of space, sitting behind myself is not the most comfortable of activities. My knees are well into the back of the seat, my head is pressing up against the roof. Again, I'm 6'4", I know I'm the 1 percentile here, but that is something that you should be considering. But I am annoyed that with those rear seats, Ford did provide you with hidden away storage underneath the seats, but you have to lift the entire seat base up. It's just one flat set, and I really wish it could be divided into 2 or 3 sections, just for the sake of additional usability. If you ever wanted to store something big inside of the cabin, didn't want to mark up the seats, it means that you can't have any passengers back there at all. And one more note there on storage, only because I've now driven the Raptor, I know that this space here is hollow. There is the opportunity to have a second glove box, and It's something you can't get on the XLT or lower. It's available in the Lariat, and that just seems like a bit of a cheap trick to me. If there's available storage, how difficult is it? How expensive is it to really have that available? The extra storage, extra functionality, everybody would want that. I know it's the mid-spec model, it's not meant to have everything, and realistically I can live without a heated steering wheel and a push button start, but it's just that extra piece of storage I feel the real wanting for. Comparing the touchscreen experience to what I was going through with the Ranger Raptor, it's definitely a lot snappier, it's more consistent. Again, I am annoyed that the zone button is something you have to access through the touchscreen. That's the one physical button that we're really missing out on here. To wrap up this product review, the new Ford Ranger is definitely an improvement over what came before it. It's much better made. I'm finding that the cabin layout is a lot more logical. It's got more space. It feels only a few degrees off of a full-size pickup. The powertrain, the ride, the technology, they're all up to snuff of what the modern car buyer is looking for. And of course, in a product like this, you get almost the same amount of capability as a full-size truck with a little more space, so easier to park, easier to live with. And even though there's a few gripes here and there, this is something that if you handed me the keys to and said I would have to drive it for many years, I'd be perfectly happy to. There's nothing to stop me not buying this product. So hopefully that's a good enough recommendation to you to check this one out. I would check out the Lariat version as well, just to see how the equipment packages change. It just seems a little odd to me that you'd have to go with this bigger screen and then not be allotted the right to have some of the other modern amenities plenty of car buyers are looking for. So that's the end of it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watching this video, and I hope to see you again on the channel soon.